I'm going to make a Tic Tac Game, which is also known as OXO. So let me start writing the code in Python. I will first start with creating a list for a total of 9 spaces. Basically, I'm making a 3 by 3 grid. So I will start with creating a list. This is the command for, this is the code for OXO game or Tic Tac Toe game. This inverted comma is for initializing the cell with a blank space. Now I'm going to make a function named print code. Now, after defining this function, we will be assured that the game board gets displayed properly. Now I will define some constraints or check conditions. Start with the winner, and here I will pass the compose just to ensure that the player gets win, whether it's a doublet of indices or either be horizontal, vertical, or diagonal, it doesn't matter. But whenever there is a doublet of indices, then the player will get the winning trophy. I have used any for checking whether the player symbol X or matches all three in the combo. Now I will create another function which will check whether the all fields, all cell rows are filled and there is no winner. So for this I will just return blank space, not in the board. It means that the board has already been filled up and there is a draw between the two. Now we'll have to make this continuous so that on every turn there is a person who, turn wise for X play the game. This will keep the track of whether X is playing or O is playing. Also, we will have to give the input so that we choose which cell has to be filled by the user. And if the cell is already occupied, suppose the user has chosen 4 and the 4 is already filled, so this will prompt user to choose any other option. Now, later on, I will put the full syntax of this code. So initialization has already been done. Print code is already been done. Here I will put print for separating the line, and here for I will use the for loop for 3 by 3 cross grid and will print. Yeah, it's already showing me the correct. So I've just used it over here. We will also check I is less than 2, then print, and again Here I will be putting the combo firstly for the rows because we need to check for each and everything, either be it row, column, or diagonal. Now this portion is for rows. Now another portion is for columns. As the indices start from zero, so the first row and first column would be zero. And lastly, we'll do the same for diagonals. But diagonals are only two, so 0, 4, comma 8 and comma 4, comma 6. Now here I will use this. It will check the double equals to will equate whether the combo is successful or not. In other words, it will look for triplets. So all done. Let me close the outer bracket. Now here I will put another thing which is print board. It will keep calling the print board function until the board is completely filled or there is a winning of any party. Cell current. Now choose a cell. This would be visible to the user because we are prompting user to input. Actually, there would be 8 because the indices started with the 0 itself. And we have done the 50% task. Now, if board current, again, if check winner current, it will simply check if the current, whenever the user inputs, it will check whether triplets are done or not. And if there is a triplet, then it will say player current wins. So if there is an X in current player, then X would be printed. And if there is O, then the O would be printed. And here we will use as if see the collab is also prompting me. So the collab might have figured out what I'm gonna make because it's a simple task. Now I will call the function named as print board and print it's a draw in case nobody wins. And play. We will have to ensure that whenever the user enters the index, he or she must put the valid index. So we will do this likewise. This condition must satisfy. Otherwise, we will print invalid try later. Later on, I will call the command. If I will call this tag. Let us see if it runs. So the line one, there must be some error in the line one. Let me see what kind of error. As far as my knowledge is concerned, everything is just okay, but it still shows line 23. What is that? If code name equals to current. This one. Let us see what is going wrong over here. Okay, got it. One thing I forget, this shouldn't be current and it must check with the equality sign. Now it's all right. And now check. Let me run this again. Yeah, there must be a colon instead of semicolon. It shows unexpected intent. Print code. It's all right, by the way. Let me cross check it from the starting because there are some issues.